And I'm live on YouTube. Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I would like to light up your evenings. Is there in the world where it's not evening? I'd like to light up your evenings, asterisk, unless you're in Australia or the Far East, in which case I'm going to be lighting up your mornings with torches. So I've been placing torches all over my world for quite a few weeks now, if we're being entirely honest with ourselves, and today I'm going to be continuing on this project because we are basically almost, we're over the halfway point now, but there's a few notable absences, and one of them, you can barely see it in the daytime because obviously they're torches, one of such absence is right over here, because you may notice, if you are an observant one, that the kind of torch line just kind of stops here. The goal was I would blend it into another patch of torches, but I actually think every biome should have its own system, and therefore there's no point stopping it right here, and instead today we're going to be following on these torches every 6 blocks, so from -50 we get to -44, we place a torch, and we do so in a grid-like pattern. Why do we do that? This is the most effective way to guarantee no mob spawn. You only have to do every other torch this way, so for instance, we can remove all of those line of torches if we do this, but we're just being extra thorough to count for height level changes, etc, etc. Anyway, hello, I'm IBX Toycat, welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Now you understand what we're doing in the gameplay portion, let's briefly mention a mildly interesting, not me watching a stream during my live French writing test. See, right, I'm lighting up your morning when you have a French test. You know what? Why do you have French tests? That's my real question. How far do you have to go from Australia to find French speakers? I mean, ignoring the fact that some French people are likely to move to Australia, do you know how far you have to go? Actually, not too far, because New Caledonia, which is actually a part of French territory. Actually, I think one of the 5 closest countries to Australia might be France, by weird coincidence. Also, I need rabbit feet. I still don't have any in this world, so let's kill some of these. And, okay, you know what? Cooked rabbit will do it for me. So yeah, as we find rabbits, we'll kill them, because you know what? Why not? Today I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to get cooked rabbit and rabbit feet, and I'm also going to place torches. It's 9 o'clock, says Trig Rizzo. It is the morning, Trig Rizzo. The cave/click update be looking like a 2012 mod. Okay, so first of all, the interesting thing about this update is, people make that claim for every update. At least this time, they're less incorrect, in my opinion, because it literally is designed based on, community feedback. They look at what the community want, and they use that as a kind of guideline as to what to put in there. So yeah, obviously it's going to look, it looks like the community wants it to look like, and the easiest way to see that is with mod images, etc. But the interesting, the part you're not hearing is that, every single time, we're not talking about the cave update already. We're going to have a cave update free stream, and by that I mean pretty much nothing, right? But yeah, technically speaking, one of the closest countries to France is... it's one of the closest countries to Australia is France. It's interesting, it doesn't work the other way around, which sounds wrong, but, it's one of those facts. There's lots of facts that just sound wrong, even though they're not. Like, for instance, today, I did something crazy. I usually show up to live streams, up to 10 minutes late, because, sometimes it takes a while to gather the right resources to start a thing, I have to, if I have to find torches or something, that would slow me down. If I have to, lots of things can slow down the start of the stream. There's a technical issue, or maybe, something's gone wrong and I need to get to, I'm not at home yet. That happened recently. I had to walk my assistant back to her hotel because, it's scary walking at night, people tell me. But Bolt's the Clown. Hey, good to see you, man, if you're real. Are you really? If you don't have a verified mark, how am I meant to believe you, Bolts? Yeah, that's... So, there's your fun question for you. But, everything looks like a mod until it's real, and then it doesn't. It's like, if you were to show people... okay, when I went to the supermarket in... I don't know what time of year it was. I killed a baby rabbit. That was just mean of me. But, I went to the supermarket early on in the corona pandemic. In the UK, it felt like an apocalypse movie. And the reason it felt like an apocalypse movie is because the measures that you would use in an apocalypse movie had to be used in, or didn't have to, were used in real life. Maybe have to be used in real life. Depends on your opinion, I guess. We won't know for sure until years after all of this happened, right? But anyway, my point with all of that is just to say that things seem like movies because movies try to seem like real things. Things seem like mods because mods try to seem like real things, generally. Sometimes they fail, like the gun mods or the cars mods. But those mods are more made for like YouTube videos than they are for like people actually enjoying them. No one actually thinks like cars in Minecraft is a good idea. They just do it because it's flashy and it's like a thing people want. And who are you if you ignore the customer's needs? Anyway, bro, I'm trying to sleep, but I don't need sleep. I need to see Torch, says Kaylee. Hey, good to see you, Kaylee. How are you doing today? I mean, apparently, according to your name, Kaylee:D, you're like grinning face. I can't even make a grin that big, but you made one for your name, your YouTube username, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so Risk, can you tweak your audio? It sounds horrible. It sounded horrible to me too, actually. You know what? For you, I'm gonna give it a peek. I'm gonna see why it sounds so awful. Actually, is there a good reason? Wait, I think I know the issue. Also, I've got a whole let's play, so that's gonna be nice. Let's mess up. Logitech something G Hub. I'm gonna quickly just check something because I did. Okay, for the record, I own two things. I mean, this is a blue Yeti. Oh, okay, something's wrong with the Yeti. Okay, so we go back to this. Okay, something changed, or if it didn't, then it didn't. Maybe we just like boost this up a little bit. I don't even know, man. Something just changed for the better or the worse. You tell me. But thank you very much to Kino Bambino for becoming a member on the channel today. But yeah, so I did a little experiment today where instead of being I tried to like deliberately set up like way before the stream, so I would be less than 5 minutes late because I got distracted by something. I'm terrible. Sue me, except please don't. But it's interesting. A lot more people were like feeling like it's late because I didn't adjust the time. Whereas when I delay it 5 minutes every time, and people like have a thing to expect, it's a weird point of psychology. But people would rather have a time, even if it's an entirely fake time, because it's something, Like, uncertainty is so killer to human beings, and that's why you shouldn't... That's why certain outcomes are, like, a good thing to do, whether you're a business, like an airline or something. That's why if you've ever been on an airline that's, like, repeatedly given you, like, 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute delays, it's because then you feel like, oh, it's just 10 minutes. Oh, it's just 10 minutes. Oh, it's just 10 minutes, etc. Whereas if they just say, it'll be ready when it's ready, that terrifies you because it could... What is wrong with rabbits in this biome? Like, have you ever seen anything glitch out this hard? Okay, it works for me. I'm gonna keep killing rabbits over here. Toss a coin to your toy cat, says Jaden Ogden. I'm sorry for saying your name incorrectly. Is there a $5 New Zealand coin? Like, I feel like there's not, but I feel like there should be. That'd be a very useful currency unit if it existed. You know what? Why does New Zealand not have the $5 coin? If you're a New Zealander, let me know. If you are a New Zealander. It's weird that you can't say if you're a New Zealander. Like, I can say if I'm English. I am English, I speak English, and I have an English citizenship. But you're a New Zealand citizen, you speak English, you're a New Zealander, and you speak New Zealand. You're a New Zealandish person. Maybe. I guess, yeah, you're just a New Zealand... Isn't it weird that certain categories are like ish and certain ones are like German, Scottish, there's Polish, and then there's Danish. Oh god, there's Norwegian, and then there's Norwegish sounds weird. Swedener sounds Norwegianer. Yeah, it's Norwegianer, not Norwegianish. Belgian versus... I could spend all day thinking about why we do this. It's like, Also, we don't, says JD Onogden. Thank you for tossing another imaginary coin to me, then. Not only did you toss me a coin, Mr. Jaden, but you tossed me a coin of higher value than even exists in your country. And that is something I appreciate. Norwish sounds cool. I'm Welsh. See, Welsh... Walesish, but it's Welsh. We just take a little bit and then we add the ish, like Swedenish. No, it's Swedish, but then it's like Norwegianer, or is it Norwegianer? Is it Norwegish? I don't know anymore. Australianer, Australianish. No, you just say Australian. Sometimes it's just the word itself. And it sounds so wrong when you get it off, and it's like, but how is anyone meant to know these rules? And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we could do like a whole 5-hour stream just talking about dumb logistics things. Like sometimes you arrive at somewhere, sometimes you're on somewhere, and sometimes you're in somewhere. I'm in the airport, but I'm also at the airport, but I'm not on the airport. I'm on the plane, I'm in the plane, but I'm not at the plane. I'm, in the savannah biome. I'm at the savannah biome, but I'm not on the savannah biome. It's very arbitrary. It's very confusing too. And I wonder, like, is the only way to work this out by hearing people say these sentences? Like, is this just like an inherent bias you get from growing up with English? Like, it's like, how you meant to know that, like, goose turns to geese, but moose turns to mooses? Is it just moose? It's not meese. It should be meese, but it's not meese. This really says a lot about our society. I think, I totally, honestly, one of my guilty pleasures. Like, you're not meant to enjoy this. You're meant to, I think, like, people like to pretend that you're meant to be polite and just ignore when people make those mistakes. Like, oh, I'm on the airport, and, I just saw free meese on the way here. And you should be like, yeah, I know what you mean. But, everyone I've ever spoken to, admittedly, like, from, like, countries of relatively good English proficiency, they're like, please tell me. I want to know when I'm making an embarrassing mistake. I'm Polish, says, Coyote Stark. See, maybe it's just because I've read too many Poland Bull comics, but I feel like Polander it feels correct. Like, I'm a Polander. No, it's definitely Polish, you're right. Moose is both the singular and the plural, much like cacti. Cactuses is valid as well as cacti, by the way. That's one of those rules where it's interesting. If they teach you in school that cactuses is invalid, then even if it's, like, valid culturally, you'll, like, have this weird thing against it, and therefore it kind of becomes invalid. Like, more people say cacti than cactuses, and therefore cacti kind of is more valid. And I find that wacky. I find... Oh, this is correct. Okay, we're good. I find it kind of... I find it very weird. Not even a little weird, actually. I find it very weird that there are certain words where you just kind of get it. Then you have the Netherlandese... let's not... I was going to mention the Dutch, but I was like... So they're from the Netherlands, sometimes referred to as Holland for simplicity, even though that's one of the provinces in the Netherlands. And then they're called the Dutch. Is no one gonna consult us on? Okay, no, they're called the people from the Netherlands are not Levanandese. They're not Netherlandish. They're Dutch. Like, can you imagine if, like, oh yeah, so there's this country. It's called Colombia, and if you're from Colombia, you're called an Anambian. Wait. There's actually a few other countries that have weird ones. Like, I think if you're from Nepal, this might just be a specific contingent or a British thing, but I think Nepalese people are called Gurkhas. Maybe, again, might be a military thing, but I've seen a lot of places label themselves as Gurkha cuisine. So I don't know what to believe anymore, is what I'm trying to say. Life doesn't make sense, and I would just like to know why. If someone could just inform me as to why life doesn't make any sense, then that would be swell. Also, I can't place a torch here. Well, I can place one... I guess I'll just place it. Find a bit of sand. Move it from there. Place the piece of sand over here. Call it a day. Is it there or is it here? It's here. Thank you very much, Spider, for reminding me why I can't have nice things. It should be Nepalian. See, is that offensive? I don't know. Should I be laughing at the Nepalian joke? I'm going to be laughing anyway because it's funny and that's how humor works. But sometimes I start saying things the wrong way as a joke, but I take it too far. And generally forget what's the correct way to say things. I'm saying the past tense of dive as Dave. I Dave off the diving board. Yeah. There's definitely that. I definitely agree with you that there's this thing where if you joke about something too much, your joke becomes the new real thing. And it's really tragic. Like, I've totally done this exact same thing. Like, message deleted by IBX Toycat Lol, says David Oliver. Congratulations, that's quite the... Wait, I just got, like, 3 super chats at once. To fix TU1 texture glitch, move any texture packs off the Xbox. Oh, yeah, I've heard that's apparently the deal. I could probably, like, do that now, because I don't intend to play any texture packs on my 360 anymore. It's a very old glitch you're commenting on right there, though. Yeah, I definitely, a part of me is like, it would be fun to go back to the console edition, right? Am I right? It's interesting. My Let's Play World is turning 8 this week, and I only found that out because I was at the spawn, checking out a sign or something. I don't know why I was at my world spawn, but I was there and I was like, oh, there's a sign telling me the date, and it turns out that date is 5 days from now. It is 5 days from now. So what would that be, like Friday? On Friday, my Let's Play World turns 8. That's a cool thing. This world originally generated on the 360, and now it's come so far. Now I'm playing it off the internet on my laptop in America using my controller. Isn't Minecraft technology cool? Honestly, I know they can't do it, or they don't want to do it because money. But if they just made Minecraft realms free, even just for one player, or I think 2-player realms should be free to encourage you to get more than 2 players, because not many people want to play a 2-player realm besides couples. And if Minecraft has to give up some money to bring couples together, isn't that worthwhile? Andrew, when are you coming to Singapore again? Says Levin So. I looked into going to Singapore recently, but they do not allow British people in right now, and sure, I guess. The answer is when the country opens, I can start thinking about it. And until then, it's not looking so great, right? It's not looking so great. Did I just get spied? Wait, oh, it was a witch. I was like, wow, that was a magic spider, huh? One of the things I've never seen on Bedrock, can someone tell me if they have? You can get spiders which have potion effects on them, right? I believe you can get genuinely invisible spiders as a super rare thing, but I've never seen it. Has anyone ever seen an invisible spider in the wild? Or did they change it so that's not a thing anymore? Or am I out of date? What's the scoop, internet? Tell me the deets, if you will. Also, I need to go to bed. Or do I? I don't need to go to bed. It's like all of you right now, if it is your evening. So, will Realms ever come to the PlayStation 4? Oh, they totally will, Mr. Jaden Ogden. They even just put, there's now a little come in soon message or whatever. They really want, I'm guessing, based on the way they word things, that Sony is kind of playing hardball with them, or maybe they're not playing any ball with them. Isn't that interesting? They're not playing ball and they're playing hardball. What if they're playing softball? Softball is a hard game too. I don't like that. How can you see an invisible spider, says Kino Bambino? Oh, it's based on the eyes. That's how. Hey, thank you! Welcome to the membership club. But, it's an exclusive club with only me, you, and 300 other people that we call channel wives. Now, is it weird to call people who give you a monthly contribution your wife? I mean, I would argue yes. Arguably, if you're giving me the financial contribution, then maybe I should be the wife. But leaving aside my casual remarks, let's you can craft leather, says Gerardo Martinez. Yeah, it's made from 4 rabbit leather, if you want to see. It's a dumb crafting recipe. I can't imagine anyone who finds it easier to get 4 rabbit leather than 1 leather. But they need to just get rabbit leather a point. Is rabbit leather even a thing in the real world? Can you buy something made from rabbit leather? Hey Google, what is rabbit leather?
Here's a result from search.
Oh, I found something way cuter than what I was looking for. I found a pretend rabbit of some form. Oh yeah, wait, let me show. Attention rabbit lovers, Bunny Supply Co. has updated its, and then it's a rabbit. Oh, it's a cute little rabbit eating some cereal or something. It's a very fat rabbit. I don't know why that came up. That is not rabbit leather, but whatever. Staying on point. Anyway, rabbits are more used for their fur. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Rabbit fur, very cute and soft. Rabbit meat, very tasteless. I think I had I have an aunt who she has a thing where she's kind of against animal meat, but also, oh, I totally made, this torch is incorrectly placed. Oh wait, both those torches are incorrectly placed. Wait, we'll work it out from these. This is 163. Okay, yeah, there's a mistake with these torches. Let's just pretend we don't know about it, and then everything will be okay. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So the interesting thing about my Google heard you says, "Oh, that's savage." Yeah, I've got to stop doing that. Apparently, it makes up a lot of people's Googles because, like, if you have a Google Home, it doesn't differentiate based on your voice, which is weird because your phone can differentiate based on your voice, but your Google Home can't. Maybe because there's too many family members and they're not allowed to store children's voices or something. Also, invisible creepers spawning naturally is scary. I think invisible creepers would be such a cool idea, but also the worst idea in Minecraft should never do them. Like, I would love to see a, I think there's some YouTuber who definitely did a series on, like, they made Minecraft ultra hardcore by, like, making the game deliberately super dumb, challenging. I thought that was a fun little idea. It was definitely something I was like, oh, that'd be fun to do. Okay, so these torches are not aligned with the previous torches, but it's okay because they don't need to be. They just need to be okay. Also, thank you very much, Grape Soda, my friends, and appreciate your content the way that I do, and that is tragic. So, I you know, like, even though there's a part of me that's like, yeah, no, you should make them subscribe. I think that's the beautiful part about YouTube, right? Like, there's something you appreciate in what you're watching here that they don't appreciate. And either, you know, you, like, the way your brain looks at that is like, are they wrong or am I wrong? And, you know, you've concluded that they are wrong. Thank you. You're not. Yeah, your friends are bad. And, you know, maybe there's something that could convince them to watch. Or maybe I am just so great and they haven't seen the light. But the thing I like about online media services is it allows you to find, you know, like, what are we doing right here? We're placing torches, talking about linguistics or something. If that's a thing that you like, the fact that you can find that, you know, this would never be aired by a major TV channel, right? Because it's too niche, it's too dumb and specifically focused. But yet you can watch it right here instead, and you can, you know, entirely freely, supported by your tips even. And it's a very interesting thing. But yeah, so Stream doesn't work, so here's to Susan. Stupid Melrose, thank you very much for the it'd be like 70-cent super chat to Susan. And you know, I'm scooping in on that, stealing some of her KFC
Have
today.
you gotten better at adding 6 because of this project?
I honestly, to be truthful with you, I used to count it. I only started switching to coordinates when I just when I was like on a mountain and I was getting overwhelmed. I was like, you know, I should do the coordinates. Adding and taking away 6 is like really intuitive to me. I'm lucky in that my brain like deals with numbers really well. Like, I know some people who find numbers to be super confusing, and that sucks. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know it's not everyone. But to me, like, mathematics, like, I don't know. Throw me a maths equation, I'll give you, like, a good answer. If it's too hard, I'll give you a good approximate answer, you know, pretty quickly. Like, I remember I used to... I don't know if this is, like, me being dumb or me just wanting to sleep, but I had a math teacher that, again, we call it maths, but I'm saying math to be culturally built into, you know, American society right here. Also good to see you, Hakusol. But, also I love your content. Thank you, Hattie Lol. But I had a maths teacher that, she was, like, really chill and would let me sleep in class as long as I did the work. Like, she was, like, a very... she was a teacher that usually got walked over, but she was like, okay, you have to do work, whatever. And I was like, oh, what's that all about? And then one like, dick of a person, like, oh, why is Andrew not doing work? He's sleeping. Like, screw you if you ever like, oh, I don't want to do something because someone else isn't doing the thing. I don't see why I should do a thing. You know, like, whatever, you know, like, trying to, like, get someone, like, because the reaction is they're going to be like, okay, I'll make them do the thing if that's what you require. If it would make you happy seeing that Andrew is not getting his good night's sleep in. But, anyway, yeah, so, I had this thing where I was like, okay, as soon as I did a little work, it was good. So, like, it was maybe, like, I don't know, 100 problems we have to solve in the space of a class or something. And we'd always have, like, some, like, tricky equations that would, like, help you, like, here's how you do it. I just, like, faked all of those and just, like, you know, brain, do this, do that, do that. And it was a weird experience that I guess, like, it made me realize, like, I guess this isn't intuitive to everyone else. If there's, like, a whole set of equations you're meant to learn, I'm just like, how about I don't? Okay, so I'm going to take some of the blocks around here, including this right here, and use them to fill up this hole. I think that is probably a smart idea. So take some grass, place a torch in there just so nothing spawns later. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I guess 1, 2, 3 facing this way. And that's not great, is it? You know, I can do better. I can do better than that. So now we get rid of some blocks. Place one back there. Place one. Oh god, this is a whole mess, isn't it? One, and then one more block. And there we go. This looks just as good as new, does it not? I have solved this creeper explosion dilemma. And now there'll not be creepers that can sneak up on me again. You know, I'll admit that was tragic. Saying maths is just like calling biology bios. No, it'd be like calling, you know, maths, you know, mathematics. And when you abbreviate something, you can't just be like, ah. It'd be like calling an economics, econ. I guess you do call it econ instead of econs. But you know what? Whatever, you're dumb. We say the word here. That's what I'm trying to say. Random question, but what % of subs are Kiwi, and is it surprisingly high? Also, hi, how is life? It's definitely surprisingly high compared to what you'd expect. You know, you might think that I'm live streaming right now, but who are you to say that I'm not looking at my analytics and working out what percentage of my viewers are from New Zealand? Okay, so according to this graph that I'm looking at right now, no, wrong thing. Audience. Okay, so I got in the last month, there was 2.7 million individuals who looked at my channel for an average number of views of 2.9 each. 20% of those turned on the all notifications bell. Thank you very much. And 54% of those human beings were in the United States. 9% were in the UK, 4% in Canada, 3.5% in Australia, then the Philippines, India, Germany, Brazil, and then at 0.6% of my subscribers is New Zealand, or my viewers. Whereas, what percent of the world is New Zealand? Wait, let's just go New Zealand population. I can do the maths myself. I think it's like 8 million, maybe 4.5 million, one of those two. 4.8 million. You know, I tried my best, but I didn't succeed. So 4.8 million subscribers are from New Zealand. You would expect about 0.05% of my subscribers to be New Zealanders. So 10 times more than the average. However, the most overrepresented is probably the UK. You'd expect 1% and you get 9%. So you know what was the point of all of this? To tell you, hey, subscribe to IVX Toycat so that he shows me his things. I got my 1s and 7s mixed up. I have trouble differentiating between 8s and 0s. See, okay, you know what? I hate that I'm like this, but I want to be honest with you all that this is how it is, rather than like being like, oh, that's so wacky, huh? Whenever I hear that, whenever someone says something like that, I was like, okay, fun way to seek attention. Like, I don't get the difference between 8s and 0s. It's like the difference is one looks like this and one looks like this. I know it probably is a real issue, but like the fact that my brain immediately jumps to like, that's not real mode. Probably concerning for me, or concerning for you, perhaps we could say. Concerningly, indeed. So, yeah, thank you very much, Jaden Ogden, 0.6. You are one of the elite, 0.6. Also, Aliyah Shea has officially been a member for 4 months, 20 days. Haha, funny number. And then, man putting on sunglasses, or emoji putting on sunglasses. You know what, I agree, that is a very funny number. That's the number that weed people use, and then you're using it for non-weed people purposes. If that is not the peak of humor, then I don't want to live in a world where the peak of humor has been found, because I'm pretty sure we're there right now. So, yeah, I was always good at math, but then I did calc, and now I'm traumatized. You know what? I totally feel you on the whole, like, there is always a subject, like mathematics, that is a field, and we're in that field, like, I think it's any field, right? You're never going to be good at an entire field of things. The whole point, or one of the points of school, is to work out, like, what are you not good at? How about we get you good at that particular thing? Maybe nobly, maybe in a mean way. But, yeah, I think it's a useful experience to see what you're not good at. Because, you know, like, if you're just intuitive, like, if like me, you're intuitively good with numbers, that's actually not what employers want. Also, thank you, Amanda Ree. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Unless it hasn't, in which case, I feel bad. But I think it has been a while. That's the problem with saying it's been a while. If they go, actually, I was here yesterday, I tipped you, and you you just didn't see it because you're too busy talking about, I don't know, how much you think poutine isn't really a meal, or how much you think that like taxis are services in their own right, so it doesn't make any sense when you act like tipping is mandatory. But anyway, English is the best in French school, says N4T. What does that even mean? What could that even mean? I can't even have a correct theory about. I can't even have like a ballpark guess of what English in French school is the best means. Do you think the removal series? Hey, wait one sec. Were Endmen here before the player and made the stronghold, but they were stuck in the end because they didn't defeat the Ender Dragon but could teleport? Says Aiden. Quinlan. You know what? I like your theory, Aiden. I like your theory. I don't think it doesn't like speak to me, but it's like, it's a good one. Like maybe they just made the stronghold with the blocks. Although I think the problem is if they made the stronghold, then like you get like if they can teleport dimensions, they would be able to teleport back. Also, how is there a guardian here? Am I meant to question this, or I'm just going to accept this? Okay, sure. Guardian's here. He's gonna hurt me a little bit, but that's fine. I'm always getting hurt by something or other, am I right? Oh, also, wait, the Guardian killed a bunch of squid, so I can now get a bunch of ink sacs. Oh, those are fish. Those are not squid. You know, okay, we tried. That was cool. Also, look at all the drowns, Jesus. Australia have 3.5% with 0.31% of the population, if my maths is correct. The UK has been beaten. I think the highest are represented might be America, though, because Americans are what, like 5% of the world population? Not even that, actually, like 4%. And they're 54% of the viewers. Which means that there's something specific about me that appeals to Americans more per person than it does to anyone else. Or if you look at that more realistically, I think it's Americans have both the easiest access to internet and then the highest like affinity for wanting to listen to British people. Maybe that's what that is. Or again, like the way I actually take that is like, oh god, when did a creeper blow up here? Very recently, apparently. The best philosopher is the one constantly being questioned. As soon as you think you understand everything in life, you know you don't understand everything in life. I saw a Twitter comment by a guy who was like being so condescending about someone who didn't believe their conspiracy theory. Like they weren't even like, here's the proof and you need to believe it. They're like, can't believe you don't know that the real cause behind your rising temperatures is the fact that we don't put enough bone in our soil or something like that. Like he was very confident and he's just like, like snoozing at people. And I realized something about that guy. Because he was so sure he was right, and he wasn't even like trying to convince people. He was just like, here's the facts, roll my eyes. This is about, okay, there are creepers happening very regularly that I'm just not seeing because I can't hear the game. Why can't I hear the game though? Oh god, okay, we got things to deal with apparently. I'm just gonna go to sleep. We're just gonna deal with this another day. And in the meantime, because this mountain is getting destroyed, the Dunning-Kruger effect, says Dave Oliver. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is over-assuming your own intelligence, right? Like, thinking that you must be super intelligent. Like, the Dunning-Kruger effect is the more that you know, the less you think you know, because you realize what you don't know. The more you learn about a topic, inevitably, the more you'll learn that you don't know about that topic. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. But the interesting thing about hearing a conspiracy theory, confidently wrong people, that's a good way to put it, Michael Brain Cells. Like, if you never learn to accept that you might be wrong, eventually you'll be a confidently wrong person, right? So one of the key lessons is like, how do you both share your opinion, share what you believe to be true, without being overconfident to the point where you'll look like such an idiot if you're wrong, and also where you'd actually help convert people. Because this guy was confidently wrong about bone in the soil or whatever. Like, it must have been. I assume it's a conspiracy theory. And even with global warming, like, if you go way too off the path of it, it seems like one. Even though there's probably a lot of people who have like actual scientific evidence to share, but like we shout them down as like, oh, no, you must just be crazy. Don't you know the consensus is that the thing that we need to, like make the world tick is the bad thing itself. Which, like, I guess like we have every point of evidence to try and prove it wrong, and we still haven't managed to. So maybe that's the thing. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is one of the things that I think is very important to learn is like there is always more to learn, even if you're not learning the absolute truth from someone, learning their like relative version of the truth. Again, I know relative truth sounds like a dumb phrase that you shouldn't need to have in your vocabulary. But like, if someone believes something, it's hard to take away someone's belief, right? When you refute someone's belief, you kind of cement it more in their head. Like if you violently go, oh, and you roll your eyes at someone and go, I can't believe you don't know the one true Lord is Xenu the Protector, then they're going to be like, no, dude, that sounds ridiculous. And then they're going to be like, wow, I don't understand why I'm being persecuted this way. I think, like, telling people their ideas suck and they're wrong when, like, in technically speaking, neither of you know if it is like one of the most dangerous things you can do. I mean, that's how people end up in such, like, precarious, bizarre situations where, like, you know, like, even if someone doesn't believe something, if they hate you for believing what you believe, they'll believe it despite you. And that's the opposite of what you want if you want to advance. Like they're trying to do. So what I was just trying to say is, like, in this world, there's always an infinite amount to learn, right? There's always... Also, why is that coal block coming back sometimes? Should I dig a hole in the ceiling? Oh, okay. No, I should not have done that. But anyway, yeah. If you act like you've learned everything, then you'll always have... when you do have something you haven't learned, because there is definitely something, you'll be less acceptable to opening it. I think one of the tragedies is that as people get older, they get less inclined to learn, partly because they start to surround themselves more and more with people who believe the exact same things. And again, that starts to create the in-group, out-group tribes where even when the other tribe is correct, if they're being like snooty about it, you're like, well, I like my tribe wrong, because we might not be correct about the information, but at least we're nice, you know? Being nice is more important than being correct. And in a lot of cases, it's not like entirely wrong, right? Like, I'd rather be with friends who are like nice when they're talking to me about stuff than friends who are always correct. And then that information propagates more, and now you understand how society works. Wow, Toycat explains the problems of the world, 2020 edition. But yeah, so trying to be like open to stuff it's hard, but it's important. It's hard, but it's important. Speaking of things that are hard but important, I'll pass on that transition actually. Imagine having friends who are nice. Maybe there are people who like having friends that, like, I think everyone has like a preference in how their friends be, right? I mean, it'd be weird if we didn't. Maybe some people don't have preference. Maybe that preference is like anyone who's a warm body, who won't abandon me to the wolves. Again, that actually, you know, there is something to be said for that too, right? Like, you know, having people who are there for you, even if they think you're wrong. So I see a lot of people instead being like, you know what, you gotta cool out, you know, those closest to you most importantly. It's like hopefully in a way that is like valuable. You ever see people who are like, you know what? In fact, you've definitely seen someone like this, because it's 2020, who's like always like, you know, gotta be the one to be like, here's why you are objectively wrong. I've got a thing, and you can't say anything against it, because otherwise, you know, you're a monster. And it's like, well, okay, so I won't say anything. And, you know, instead we're not having a discourse about it. Whatever. Would you, philosophy of Toycat says Soviet platypus. No philosophy today, just linguistics talk. You want to talk about how you can be I can be in America, but I can't be on America or at America. I've arrived at America. Doesn't make sense. I'm at the airport in America. I'm in the airport in America, but I can be at the airport in America, but I can't be in the America at the airport. Wait. Whatever, I can be that actually. It just sounds weird. There's also like a magnitude thing, right? Like you gotta say like smallest to largest, like, oh, I'm in the center of the city in you know, Las Vegas, Nevada. Like area of the city, city name, state, which is by the way part of the United States of America. And like, but that even then it's like you gotta have, there's this weird rule where you've gotta have like specific things that you're like, it's kind of hard to say. You can the specifics, you would never say I'm on the continent of North America. even though that's more specific information. If you say that, it feels weird. Like, oh yeah, I'm in America, North America. Ooh, weird. Or I'm in Mexico, North America. But you might say like I'm in, I'm in France, Europe. No, you wouldn't say that. I'm in. There's a few times you'd say you're in Europe, but you'd never refer to the continent of North America as being like, oh, I'm in North America, right? What is that? I've got so many questions. Like I'm in Asia right now. Where about in Asia, man? But you would say Africa the same way. Africa and Europe, they get continent privileges. But also, thank you for Crack Magnet. You can be on American soil. So you're right. I can be on American soil. I can't be at American soil or in American soil. If I was in American soil, I think that means someone's killed me. I asked a few too many questions, and now they've come to take me, I guess. But yeah, you say it for every continent except North America. I don't think you'd say it for South. You wouldn't say it for Asia, and you wouldn't say it for Australasia or Australia or Oceania, right? I'm in Oceania. Where in Oceania? It isn't specific to anyone. But if you say you're in South America, it's like, that's enough for me. Whatever. I believe he's using charcoal, says Ice Maiden. I'm mostly using charcoal, but every now and then I mine some coal. Like, we got 36 coal here right now. And so I use that as well. Although coal can be used for coal blocks, so it's better not to use. But I'm all wrong with my decisions is the key thing to take from this. So now I've got a real nightmare of one to do now. I have to do this mountain up here. And then after we do the mountain, we'll be in a great place, I hope. Or maybe we won't be in a great place. Maybe there's no such thing as great places. Maybe the real great places are the friends we make along the way. In French, I would live at Canada. J'habite à Canada, or being at. See, does that mean that a something or... I think it's called like something or white, right? Does that mean lattes are something at something? No, it's called an R late, right? I don't know, an at... What does late mean? An at milk? I'm not going to question French. I'm so bad at French. I want it to be good. Also, what difficulty are you on? I'm making you well. Thank you very much, Mr. Reen Dumas. But to answer your question, I recommend playing on easy, only because it's the easiest one. But because there was no real benefit playing on hard difficulties, and it felt like you'd get cheesed by something dumb. And it's like, do you want the game to mess you up, or yeah, for mountains we're just gonna cover it randomly. Like this one is just too messy to cover correctly, and also if we do, it's not gonna be fully lit up. So we're gonna have to just jump up the mountain, place some blocks as we go. But being in I recommend easy for the most part. But now there are slight benefits, like raids are better on hard difficulty, although they're harder too, obviously. Like mobs will spawn with more armor. So if you want to make a mob farm or something, there's some benefits. But yeah, I'm hoping they give more benefits for playing on hard in the future. That's the direction it's going. The owl in Cafe au Lait is coffee with context changes it. Damn it, it's not coffee at milk. that'd be better. Coffee at milk. Do you think chemistry should be called chemics? Chems, right? Chems. Oh, I see how it got to chemics. I was trying to go backwards, and I was like, okay, chemex, because there's no... Whatever, apparently I agree with you. I don't intend to agree with you, but I accidentally got that. Can you please wave at the cam for me, says Creeper Boy. You sure are a creepy boy. But you know what? Toycat is a tipped employee, and as a result, you know what he does? He waves at the camera anyway. Someone installed my webcam quality the other day, so just for you, let me show you what my default webcam quality actually looks like. This is a better webcam than that, just not by a lot. Okay, so properties, oh god. We go to properties, we go to... Hello, look, this is me right now, and then I've got the USB camera, although it's not actually a USB camera. Actually, it looks exactly the same. It's just slower. Look how laggy this is. I don't know why I move at 5 FPS on this camera. But yeah, look how bad the color geometry is. Now look at this. Isn't this nice? Isn't this homely? You can see my hands moving correctly. I can choose an FPS for my camera too. And I can also choose I don't know what I just did, but something went weirdly there. Did my camera just get smaller? I think it might have. It did. Oh, I don't know what happened there, friends. I broke something apparently. Let me fix that. Okay, we'll go back to custom. There we go. I'm back. Um, did you ever find your $5 New Zealand shirt? I feel like I did. Maybe I've lost it again since. But I've not been at home to obviously look for it for a while. This is like all of my Zoom classes. I really don't believe, like, again, one of the things that, like, it's definitely true, but it sounds so dumb that people are having classes online. Like, you can't believe how much effort I would put into not having class feels online. Like, they have no way of measuring whether you're just goofing off and playing games. I'd be playing Super Mario 64 every lesson if my class was online. Or better yet, wait, if you have a Zoom class, play some Minecraft. Like, you might as well work on your underground cave house or whatever, right? Why would you not? Why would you miss that opportunity? The answer is you wouldn't miss that opportunity because missing that opportunity would be dumb or something like that. Anyway, don't forget, TikTok is another home for adorable cat videos. You know, I'm an adorable cat and I make videos, so thank you for complimenting me, friend. That's better. The face cam was the size of a Tic Tac for a second. Yeah, I wonder what I did so wrong there to break it. But apparently it can get worse. That's what we learned here. Today, here, now, we learned that things can get worse long before they get better. One of the things I think is, one of the things I think we're going to learn this year is things are going to get better, right? Like, things got bad really quickly, and most people, they noticed when something hit the fan. Like, oh yeah, when you can't buy toilet paper, wow, now all of a sudden this pandemic is real serious, right? Or like when grandma dies, like, wow, I wasn't expecting her to die for a whole nother 5-10 years. But like the thing about like things getting worse and better is like people like there's like a broad trend society's going under, but like it general, you know, in terms of like when it actually affects people, that's like that happens in like big waves. And one of the things I think is gonna be interesting is like things got like bad for people this year, and I worry that people aren't aware of how or when, you know, like, will it get better? The answer is like yes, but will you feel it getting better? And that's why I worry about with a lot of things. Like there's a lot of things where people are like, oh yeah, there's gonna be this one moment where everything's great. Whether it's like, oh yeah, insert person becoming elected, whether it's insert, you know, like, oh, vaccine. At the moment of vaccines out there, late 2021 or early 2021, if you're a super optimist, right? It's like as soon as that's out there, things are gonna be great, and it's like, ooh, do we continue believing that? Like, do you think false hope is a bad thing? Do you think the believing that there's like a moment that will make things great, even incorrectly, is a thing you should like? Oh God, how did that happen? How did I let that happen? How is so much of my world getting destroyed by creepers while I'm lighting it up specifically to stop creepers? This is a big PSA campaign for, you know, stop creepers. They can cause real nightmares apparently. Has there ever been 5 seconds on a stream where Toycat didn't speak, says Sonic Voltron? You know what, just for you, here you go. Wow, Toycat streams sure are great with no speaking. So the weather is it's pretty hot here in Vegas. You guys hear the moon is coming out tonight? Something about Venus. You know? Yeah. Venus. I think Venus is a planet. Never bothered to look it up though. Nah, it's definitely that. It's definitely the shaving company. It's definitely not a planet. If it was a planet first, then the razor company wouldn't be allowed to call themselves that. It's pretty simple copyright law right there. I ate food today. It was good. It was pretty good. Like, not great. Like, it wasn't the best food I've had. But I enjoyed it enough to continue eating as I was going. You should cover your ocean floor in soul sand or magma blocks. Click set attacks. Okay, I actually think that's a cool idea. I wonder how that would even look. Like, would it lag Minecraft too hard? You know, why do I care? Let's do it anyway. Let's find out after it becomes a problem. Your idea of not talking is still talking, but different. This is just on rant. I can't really. You know, okay. I can't not talk. You know, it'd be fine if it's like, okay, I won't talk, but it's fine. You know, my trusty, you know, assistant pal is gonna take over right here. That's not how that works, though, at all, is it? That's 100% not how that works. I think that water is important. My doctor's been telling me that apparently there's only so much water in the world, and that we should drink it while it's here, because it won't be forever. So that's pretty good, right? Pretty good. Yeah, that's about all that's happened to me today. Also,
Toy Cat tax and hi.
thank you very much, Mischievous. How are you doing today? I am doing great. I was not talking for a full 5 minutes there, and yes, casual talking is not talking. It doesn't count. It does not count. I hate that with denotes get message seen, says the void. That's 100% not how it works, right? Like you can see the hot. I'd say the majority of people I respond to are people in chat. It's just if you tip, it's a way of guaranteeing your messages either shown on screen or read or whatever, which is something people value. Do they have to? Oh, there's a torch there. I'm done. And then that's obviously like how the stream makes sense. But even if it was like I only read out tips, it's like, well, you know, is it your right to have your message read out, or is that like a thing that I'm doing? You know, is it taking up my time, or is it something that's entirely okay? It's like, well, it turns out that having your message be read is not the most important part of a live stream. It's still entirely free, and if you want a thing, you can pay for the thing, and if you don't want to pay for the thing, you have this wild option of like not. every now and then I find it interesting. Like it happens a lot with like people worry that like there's gonna be, you know, in the UK people are very worried about American food, and they're like, you know what, if the American meat is cheaper, people are just gonna have to take it. It's like, oh yeah, that's how it works. Like, well, another one I've seen is in California, right? There's a big push to make sure that Uber drivers get benefits as full-time employees. You know, that's stuff like sick pay. That's stuff like I think holiday pay. I don't. You know, like it's all the key things that, you know, would make someone employed versus not employed. Because the argument is that when you work for Uber, you're not really an independent contractor. Although the fact that Lyft exists kind of proves that one wrong. But anyway, the argument is like, oh yeah, their business can't function without these people. Therefore, they're employees, not contractors. And therefore, if you're an employee, you should be getting paid like an employee, which means getting blah 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 blah. Anyway, so you know, there's a big debate about it, and people are like, you know what? I don't get it. This is all just greedy companies. Like, Uber just doesn't want to give, you know, like we should force Uber to, you know, to pay their employees healthcare, for instance. Like, you know, why are you not getting healthcare if you're an Uber driver? And again, I find it to be such an interesting one because it's like what you're really saying. What you're in those cases, like, but it's kind of like, you know, call it classes, call it whatever you want. But what you're really trying to say is like, I think that people should be forcibly, you know, kind of paying for that kind of thing. Like if there was two services, one where you had employed drivers who like had all those things, and one where you didn't, the key difference would be price, right? Like, oh yeah, you would you know, like a service that has to pay for healthcare and all those sorts of things, and has to pay extra when a driver goes over 40 hours, whether they want to or not. All these sorts of weird things. It's like that would cost more money. And what you're really saying, therefore, is like everyone should have to pay more money for these things because I think it's fair that those things are provided, right? And you know, like the actual argument should be about whether they should do it on a legal basis, not whether they should do it on a financial basis. Because on a financial level, what you're really saying is like, I think Uber should be like 20-30% more expensive, and therefore the people who need it the most, who are most unable to get around places, I don't think they should be using it. I think it should only be people who like can afford more expensive Ubers, so we can give the drivers some more. Like when I think it's a very interesting take to have in the world. That sometimes it's like we should take away choices from people because they'll make the wrong ones. I find it to be very like that's the whole argument behind it. If you hate stream tipping, it's like we should remove the choice that people can tip. I hate that people pay Toycat money and then he reads out their messages. I hate that so much. Why can't there be a system where no one's allowed to tip? No one that is fundamentally removed as an option, and then that way Toycat would have to read out messages like mine. It coincidentally comes up that actually I would benefit from that. Also, whoa, am I correct there? I am correct. Mummy hot ho hot. Thank you for becoming a rich cat. You are one of something like 8 on the channel, which I have no idea how that even happened. It was like said there was a joke here. Enjoy your secret little. You are now a rich cat of a wife. How's your map doing? Tons of downloads. Are you happy with the responses, Thomas Fuller? Thank you for asking, Thomas Fuller. I was going to continue my rant about how, I would love for the system to be better for me specifically, and them to pretend that it's for other people. But instead, how about we shift gears and we say, you know what, the map, if you're curious, ultra hard survival, scorched. You gotta pronounce the R like that, scorched. Ultra hard survival scorched is it's going really well. I actually have no sales data just yet. Like I don't know when I will get the sales data. Apparently it should be live. Like I'm gonna have it day by day soon. So I genuinely have no clue. First of all, how many people have downloaded it. Second of all, how much I've earned. How many people have. The only thing I know is that 88 people have rated it. To everyone who rated the map, whatever you did, 5 stars would be nice. If it wasn't 5 stars, that's nice too. Whatever you rated the map, thank you very much for doing so. Like, that tells me that at least 88 people have downloaded it. And honestly, that is incredible to me. Like, obviously, it's not enough for me to be like, oh yeah, 88 people is enough to make a map. Well, that'd be like, whatever. But like, the idea that those people who enjoyed the map, to on average give it like 4.8 stars, it means that 88 people have enjoyed the map and been like, yeah, I really like this actually. And that's so cool. Also, do a 24-hour stream, please, says SB on 5. I sometimes think about doing a 24-hour stream, and then I stop myself and go, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe it'd be fun to do it one time. But I think 24-hour streams are like, no one can actually stay up with you the whole time. If they can, that'd be incredible, obviously. So like I think like even 12 hours of streaming would be beyond what my body can do, like beyond what my brain can do. We're pretty. I don't do the thing where I'm just like, so you hear the weather was pretty weathery today. The weather is weatherier than before. It's like, not a very fun conversation to have repeatedly. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's what we should just talk about. Let's just have a 12-hour stream where all we talk about is casual conversation. It'd be great. You came pretty close to the no stream. I watched that in chunks before when I subbed. It was incredibly entertaining. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, that's true. That was a long stream, but even that I was like working towards a big goal, and I was like, okay, but when I'm done, I'll have achieved something. Whereas I always worry when, like, one of the things that, like, I don't know why I'm not good at this. Whenever I'm like, I feel aimless, like right now, I placed all the torches on this mountain. I don't know where I need to do torches next. I guess it would have to be the jungle biome. Yeah, we're gonna head over there. Okay. But I also have to like place torches around here, but that's a whole other thing. But I think I'd need to have like a goal worthy of those 12 hours. It might be fun to like live stream me making a map for that long. But again, I'd need to feel like I'm like actively gonna finish it in those 12 hours. But then the thing is, if I can finish it in the 12 hours, when I finish it, I'd have no real want to continue. Okay, so we're going to work over here. There's a big problem over here in that I get Elder Guardians, But I have enough torches out that that's not a problem just yet. I say, hoping there isn't a problem yet. Ha, I've watched a 40-hour live stream. See, David Oliver, I believe you. I will believe you, I should say. But if you have watched a 40-hour live stream, you can't have done it in one go. Like that's a long amount of time to stay awake. Maybe it's because I just don't sleep correctly, but I need sleep every day, and when I don't, like, it can mess me up for a while. Like, if you don't, that's cool. But then it's like, man, 40 hours of live stream. Actually, one of the records I was trying to break, I wanted to break a while back. Hey, Google, what's the longest Minecraft stream? There's a world record for this.
YouTube, longest Minecraft stream, Hypixel Bed Wars for 72 hours straight.
See, someone streamed Hypixel Bed Wars for 72 hours straight, which, by the way, I can't imagine doing. Genuinely cannot imagine doing that. But that to me, you know, it seems like too much. It seems like I would after like, wait, you need sleep. Staying awake 40 hours is so bad for you. I don't even want to think about it. My stomach starts to like kill me if I stay awake too long. I don't know what sense that even makes. Like, why is the stomach connected to the sleep organism? Apparently mine is. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I think it'd have to be like a great reason. One of the things I wanted to do was like 12 hours of like fixing the map before I release it on the marketplace. But even then, it's like, you know what, would people care about all those minor additions? Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. Maybe it'd be the greatest promotional tool in the world. Also, are these torches far enough apart? Okay, they totally are. Let's keep on going, shall we? Okay, line a torch there. Place a torch over here as well. Okay, these are one block off. Or maybe this is one block off. I don't know anymore. Okay, this is 153. This is 159. Okay, yeah, this is one block off over here. No, this is all 153 as well. So it's only one torch that was incorrect, because I made a mistake, because I'm dumb. Your brain-gut relationship is fascinating. Like, the communication that happens between the two is really cool. I've always heard about there being communication between those two things, but it's also like, you know, but like, really? Is that really what's happening there? Like, it is, but like, is it? Like, whenever, like, it's that thing where when people learn a thing, they like, it gets more exciting if you like exaggerate the thing, but then when you exaggerate the thing, you lose a little bit of the base knowledge that was there before. It's like, does your brain really speak to your gut? Like, it might. I don't know. It sounds correct enough, I guess. But also, like, really? Also, wish I could stream, but I have school, says Caitlin D. See, I wonder where you live in the world. That is true. I wonder where you live in the world. You could have... Like, first of all, it's a Sunday. Second of all, it's 7 p.m.? I don't even know what time it is. It's 7 p.m. I'm correct. I knew what time it was. Did you bring the fishbowl, I wonder, says Ali Kid? Or Ale Kid? I have something... I have one better for you, actually. Because it's Halloween, after all. You know, I'm just going to look at the ground. Nothing dangerous can happen when it's nighttime, right? And you look at the ground. Yeah, I don't see anything bad happening here. Hello, live stream. I haven't abandoned you just yet, but I have to go all the way around. Wait, actually, can I spook you out? Be like, ooh, look, I'm behind the green screen. What am I doing over here? Okay, so live chat. Hello, Toy Cat. I'm ready to question, but we have you do have color for green. It's possible. I think he's a bigger channel now. I don't think he'd want to do one, if I'm being honest, right? Like, on a business level, he wouldn't gain as much as he did last time. Whereas I'd be getting 10 times more than I did last time. Which is great for me, but I wouldn't expect someone else to do that. Out of the goodness of their own heart. Okay, so, you know how everyone loved the fishbowl when I had that, right? People were telling me they loved a fishbowl. And I figured, you know what, fish bowls are great, but you know what's better than a fish bowl? I'm going to just switch over to this. Do you know what's better than a fish bowl? Wait, wrong thing. There we go. You know what's better than a fish bowl? A cat bowl. So I got this spooky Halloween bowl, and I filled it with water. It's entirely non-transparent, opaque, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But look how cute this thing is. It's a fish bowl. Maybe you like that. Maybe that's the dumbest thing I've ever done. But regardless of how dumb it is, I'm going to continue today placing my torches and having my porches. Or something like that. Hey, another Outer Guardian. But, thank you, Toy Cat. Very cool. You know, you're welcome. It is very cool. Objectively, this is cool. You don't need to tell me. I'm aware of the coolness of what's going on here. So now we need to place some more torches around here. We clearly have placed a few of them before, but it's just a little bit tricky. So 131 goes down to 125. Right. Place one of those over here. Place one of those over, like here, probably. Love baby zombies so much. I just wish there was more of them. My only regret in life is that there can't be more baby zombies to harass me. And now we have to light this area up, otherwise mobs will spawn there anyway, as you've already seen. So we just light up some of these mountain tops. Just nice and easy. Just torches everywhere. I've got an abundance of torches anyway, it's fine. So that should leave this place pretty well lit. Okay, go around here. Go over here. Okay, so there we go. There's another area of the world fully lit. Although now we look, over there has the exact same problem. Like, there's a lot of cliff sides that we're going to have to, like, touch at least once. So if we're touching the cliff sides anyway, let's run along here and do it. Trying to line up with the rest of the grid. At least a little bit. Oh, this doesn't make sense at all, actually. 121 is where the next one should be. And then at 115, boom. Lighting up the mountain. I wish you cheese, Toy Cat. Thank you for wishing me cheese. I love cheese, and I'm glad you're wishing it on me. I have a shulker box here. Can I... There we go. Oh, it's filled with all the items. I should move that into a chest and then take the shulker box, really. I should. You better believe I'm not going to anyway, though, because I've got things to do, and that things to do is to place torches. But, yeah, I guess, if I was doing a stream, I need to have, like, a really good reason. Otherwise, halfway through, I'll just be like, why did I commit to this? It's a really bad feeling to have, because then you're like, oh, I can't let people down. One of the reasons I hate scheduling live streams, like, this daily week of live streams has been fun, but also, like, you know, it's gonna have to end eventually. Because when you commit to doing something, like, you can either be the guy who's like, I'm gonna bail on my commitments, which, you know, sure, do you, I guess. Or you can be the person who sticks to their commitments, even when, you know, maybe it might be better if you didn't. You know, like, oh yeah, knowing to find the balance of when to bail on a commitment. Like, you know, I make videos every day. I try my best to do that, and you know, I try to make sure it's a video I'm proud of every day. But like every now and then, someone's gonna be like, you know, I'd rather he just missed a day rather than upload whatever he just did. And even if I like it, it's like, well, it's not the best thing in the world. It's just good. Some people only want the best, you know? And that's a fair thing to want in a world of a trillion YouTube videos that aren't mine. Why would you choose to watch mine if they're not the 10 out of 10 you know they can be? Or something like that. I don't know. I don't know for sure, man. I'm building a zombie apocalypse world, says David Oliver. That sounds like a fun idea. Let me know how it goes, my man. Let me know how it goes. And also thank you for the £5 super chat tip thing. Is it a super chat? It's a super chat. I mean, super chats are tips, but also Susan gets 30%. Because you know what? Susan works hard. All day, every day. You know, people, there'll be haters. And you know what Susan says to haters? Absolutely nothing, because she says nothing to anyone. But that's what it's like being CEO, right? I think about CEOs a lot. And like, because, you know, I used to have the attitude like, what does a CEO even do? Are they just like an inordinately well-paid person? It's like, well, if they're a well-paid person that just does nothing, then, you know, people probably wouldn't spend like so much effort and so many hundreds of millions on that person. like groups of individuals like enriching themselves. But people never just make strangers rich for the fun of it, unless your name is Mr. Beast, I guess. But anyway, like okay, we got to place a torch down there. Just kind of light up the rest of these dark areas that are feeling a bit drab. You talk a lot more in the streams. A lot of people on Twitch expect the viewership to do all the chatting, or they don't talk at all. Is that true, Mel? I think that's. I guess there's a lot of Twitch, so I can't comment on it all. But yeah, I like the let's have a chat. You know, if although talking, I think chat can have like really insightful thoughts on things. Like, you know, that I'm glad chat exists. It's a lot more fun than if I was just talking to myself the whole time. Don't get me wrong. But I also think, like, you need someone to, like, lead the direction of the conversation. You kind of need that in real life, but in real life, you're not there for any reason. You're just kind of hanging out. But, like, when you're on the internet, if there's no one guiding a conversation, what are you even doing? Are you just, like... You get me? Like, a directed conversation is a more fun way to do things. Like, hey, you guys, what do you think about? I know we'll pick a super weird one. What do you think about marriage? Internet, do you like marriage? Is marriage good or bad? Yeah, you know, let's let's take complex issues and boil them down to good or bad. Is marriage good or bad? Internet, you don't get to give me any more complex opinions. Good or bad are the only two options you're allowed here, friends. It's a government scam, says Ostiga. Yeah, in America, there are such huge benefits to getting married. Like, I would totally, like, if I wasn't, even if I didn't have a significant other, I would get married, like, I'd get married to a friend or whatever. Just for the cheddar, you know? Like, the tax benefits are huge, you know, like, there's a lot of, the government wants you to be married. And they're pretty open about that fact, which is nice. But good. Marriage is pog, but the old village is still there. Do you like the old village? So we got someone asking about copper, ignoring my question, being like, you know what, Toycat, I know you asked a question, but I think I know a bit better. Please answer my questions about copper oxidization. In America, if you're disabled, marriage is very tricky, apparently, in terms of tax and incomes. Very yikes. I want to look into that, actually. I'm curious about what that means. But marriage is good, it's a sacrament. I think marriage is pretty good, would recommend. I know, it seems pretty tricky to get out. You know, like, you ever like buy something, and then you're like, you know, like you get in the way to buy something, and then they make it really tricky, and you're like, I would like to undo this transaction. Like, I don't know, the most recent example of that is like, I know there's certain things that like feel scammy, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, turns out I don't want that. Like I wanted some food, and I was like, how much is it for this? And they're like, I'll take you inside and I'll tell you. I was like, no, how much is it for this? It's like, we'll just go inside, we'll make the thing, and then we'll tell you how much it costs. And it's like, well, that's the incorrect order, you know? Like, I don't want to be, when I'm in there and you've made the food and then you tell me the price, I want to be able to walk away without feeling awkward about it, you know? Marriage is even harder to get out of if you have a child. Is that true? I assumed you could just be like, oh, I was drunk when I got married. Never mind. Doesn't count. If you get married, there's no law saying you must have children. Speak for yourself. I mean, actually, that is factually correct, I guess. Relationships are overrated, says Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think if you are a very anti-relationship person, there's like a 1 in a 10,000 chance or something that you're actually aromantic. Or more likely, you just haven't found a relationship type that's right for you, right? Like, I think, especially when you're young, because everyone else around you is doing what seems like a very particular type of relationship, it's easy to believe that, like, oh yeah, if you want to have a relationship, there is one type. You are going out with, insert person here, and that means that you sometimes hang out together and do stuff. And then if you're really good at going out, maybe you do stuff as well as doing stuff, you know? But that's only if you like each other enough. That is definitely not a mandatory part of the package. And you're like, okay, that's cool. So it's like, but like, you know, there's a trillion models. The cool thing about a relationship, unlike almost every other relationship, like your relationship with your bank is pretty rigid because they're a bank. Also, I haven't seen a stream in a bit, so because of
Haven't
work.
seen a stream in a bit cause of work. Also, my first super chat.
Thank you so much, Joseph Chaparro. I appreciate that a lot. I hope that you've been having a good time. I mean, I hope at the very least that your work has led you down a fortuitous path. I will take your $9.99 and I will use it directly on a blackjack table. I'd say tonight, but I'm gonna make a video about bundles tonight. But bad relationship. But like to continue my thought. Thank you, Joseph. I think the cool thing, like when you have a relationship with your bank, it's pretty fixed in place. When you have a relationship with your, I don't know, my airline. I have a nice relationship with the airline that I fly most. But you know what? It's when I this is so dumb. Like I had such a weird experience. Now when I get on a plane, they're like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Toy Cat, how are you doing today? Would you like?" And then I got a bottle of champagne once. It's like this is a nighttime flight. Like I'm not gonna get drunk, and then go to sleep. What do you think of me? And they're like, "Is there anything we can do?" And I was just like, "Please, could I have some water? I'm just really thirsty." And that was cool, I guess. But like that was a rigid relationship. I didn't get to define that. I didn't get to go to the airline one day and be like, I'd like us to go to the next level. I would really like it if we could be like, if I could be like your special customer, you could be my special airline. That's not a decision you get to make because it's a business entity and business entities are made up of individuals, and the individual with the decision to make the power is not someone you get to have a thing. Anyway, so the thing is about relationships is you kind of get to define what it is. And most people think of that as being like, oh, so we're not going to be like exclusive, right? I know personally I like exclusive relationships for the most part. I think that's the better side. What I'm trying to say is like when you're in a relationship, you can pick, and that's a mad wolf. You can pick what that really means for you. Like work out what it is that if there are things like, it's like, oh, how do I even go on a date, man? It's like find the thing that both of you want to do, or if you're okay with anything, find the thing that she or he wants to do, then do the thing. That's the easiest date anyone can do. You go and do a thing that you both kind of want to do anyway, and you do it together, and you get to know each other. And it's like, oh, but I'm really stressed about like how this thing works. How does kissing work, man? Like I'm so scared and confused. The trick is you put your mouth on their mouth, and then you do whatever mouth things that you both want to do. If it's like really, really, really. It seems really complex. It's kind of like, it seems complex to go into if you disable the US government Fortune Act, if you report more than 2,000 assets, saving cash, etc. That's super interesting that they managed to track that. I wonder if that is hard and set. But you are the one who gets to decide, ultimately, like between the two people in a relationship, you decide what that relationship is. If both parties don't like it, either party can leave that at any time. If both parties like it, then neither party is probably leaving. Right there, you go. I've just solved relationships for all of you. They seem very scary. A marriage seems like it's just a fixed relationship, and that's the law part is the bit that's fixed in stone. Like you don't really have many ways out of legally binding yourself together. But you get benefits in exchange for that binding. But yeah, you define what lol kissing tutorial with your new girlfriend, says Kinetic MC. I am gonna embarrass her now. She's probably not watching. She might be watching. I will be very careful to conceal information. So a hypothetical girlfriend that I might hypothetically be dating. Hypothetically, this is all. No real people are being mentioned in this story. Like if maybe they were super nervous about like, oh, I'm really worried. Like, what if I haven't kissed someone in a very long time? Perhaps that was a fear for someone hypothetically, and it's like, just don't worry. Just follow my lead, and it's that simple. It's like. Worried about something, follow the lead. Admittedly, like as a guy, there is more pressure to lead and not follow. But like even that's something you can kind of break the thing on. So I was worried I heard a noise back there. Like maybe I've spilt the secrets. But yeah, I think ultimately, almost anything that seems super terrifying, it's just like, you know what? You find a way that it's not terrifying. And the easiest way is you just talk about it. And you're like, what is a mutually equitable solution? It works pretty much anywhere. Like, that's the reason I think, hey, love your channel. There's nothing else to spend my income on, so here you go. Thank you very much, No Name Person 666. I'm glad you like the channel. I'm sorry you don't have things to spend on right now. I'm sorry Canada is in a way that I'm assuming Canada. I'm sorry it's in a way that's like that. But I thank you very much for choosing to support me. I appreciate it a lot. Like I recently, like, I don't know, I had like a crisis of like purpose on the streams. I'm glad you helped me fix that. Also, thank you, Lizzie S. You have a better view of like how relationships should work than most people on the internet, and to be honest, it's refreshing. I have like, okay, I think that the worry about relationships is a lot of people are always like, how do I climb to the next tier? You know, like how do I get the best person? And if someone acts like there's a thing about relationships that they know and you don't know, you're like, oh, of course I know that. Like, oh, so you're not meant to kiss using too much tongue? Oh, that's rude. Oh yeah, of course I know that. Oh, you're meant to do that? Oh yeah, you know, I know these things. I am a relationship savant. When in reality, it's like, you know, there are some probably good guidelines. Like, hey, do you know what? There are sharp things that can hurt. Things that aren't sharp. It's weird kissing different people and feeling how they're similar or different somehow. I never actually considered like maybe this is a sign that I'm bad at what I do, but I never like noticed any differences in that way. But my point here is to try and say, when you have a relationship that's balanced between two people, like the reason people say that like an imbalanced power relationship is a bad thing, is because if that you can't have the honest conversations about like, oh yeah, so here's what I was thinking. You know, when I have a conversation with my bank, like, hey, when you guys send me email, when you guys shut my card down every week because of fraud alerts, when I've told you I'm going to be in America and I've repeatedly confirmed that this is me, and you shut me down midway through doing something I really wanted to do, so that I literally couldn't rent a bike or something because I couldn't get the, you know, they needed a deposit on card. Even if I had $2,000 in cash, they couldn't have got it. It's like, you know, guys, that really upsets me. I can't have that relationship with my bank because of the power imbalance. They're like, well, you know what? Sorry, that's how it is. Or, you know, an even worse power imbalance would be like, if I, you know, like if you feel like you're in a situation where you just can't talk about anything, you know, that's like, oh, it's harder to, it's much harder to actually find something that you want and is good for both people. Again, I by that I don't. But when I'm saying relationships, I literally mean relationships of all types. I mean just two people who are engaged in some form of, let's say, mutual benefit. Again, me and my bank, you and your sister. You know what? If you don't like the way your sister kisses you, just say, hey, I prefer a little less tongue, and there we go. Now we've moved away from how to stop any conversation in its tracks. Make it about your sister. One of the no, not this train of thought. No. So the internet is a big place these days, huh? I love human suffering and despair. Tee-hee, says Lyland Klein. That's a very edgy opinion you have there. Haha. Do you get it? You said a thing that's mean and evil. Alabama intensifies. You know what? The cool thing about Alabama, like, say what you will about their state, but the cool thing about you know, the way marriage works there is even when you get divorced, you're still family. I couldn't resist the joke. I want to go to Alabama so bad. Like, I hear there are some stereotypes that maybe have some truth to them, but I also hear that maybe that's not fully true. I have no sisters, so I'm immune to this. I don't have a sister either, right? People act like I'm such, okay, you know, I have a lot of friends who have very attractive sisters. At least they did when I was younger. I haven't checked up on any of them. Should I check over my friends' sisters now? No, I won't do that. See, that would be weird. They probably wouldn't enjoy that. I won't do that. There we go. That's how you do relationships, internet. The the thing I always wondered was like, obviously, I know they like, if you have a sister, it's your obligation to say, oh, she's not attractive, and probably because you grew up with them, right? But like, I want to know, like, if you were secretly attracted to your sister, you wouldn't be able to tell anyone, and that's like, oh man, did this happen just now? I guess it did. There's a bunch of dirt. I just want to know, I wish my friends had hot sisters, says Alcazar. Like, it's one of those things where if everyone was secretly attracted to their sisters, again, I don't have a sister, I don't know this one. If I had a sister, I'd understand the feeling, because I don't get it right now. Where it's like, oh yeah, she's like attractive, but I'm not, but like, sucks. Or like, oh, she's not attractive. No, which way is it, Is it secretly like, okay, I have all these deep-born thoughts, but I don't want to tell anyone. And if that's the case, why does it happen ever? If that, man, there are so many creepers spawning. It is genuinely frustrating. So yeah, anyway, what I'm trying to say is stereotypes do nothing but dilute your understanding of a place or thing. Stereotypes are a very, like, the way I would describe them is like, just because they're not perfectly useful, it doesn't mean they're worth zero. Stereotypes are like stereotypes are like, again, they're not worth zero, they're just worth very little. Like, we can't possibly have an opinion. Also, look how weird this line is. Like, it goes from fully bright to dark. That is such a weird visual glitch. I joined a Toycat stream and then I hear about being attracted to your sister. See, right, this is one of those things where, like, I don't have a sister, I don't know for sure. If you were attracted to your sister, you could never tell anyone, because, like, even me mentioning, like, oh yeah, this, that is like a big no-no. Everyone's like, oh god, Toycat, this is an opinion you've got to hide from the world. And that's the thing. Like, imagine if I was talking about a real sister. Imagine if I really did have one, and and it's like, wow, yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell people that, huh? But it's like, man, but I want to know. I would like to know if that was true, but no one could tell me if it was true. So send me an email, keep it private. No, I don't even want to do that. If I do that, there's gonna be a lot of weird. There's a lot of things in society. It's like how before it was like acceptable. When in a time where like gay urges were repressed, etc. Gay people still existed, just in smaller numbers and in much more hidden away communities, or they still had wives or whatever else it was. And it's like, is there going to be a moment where we realize that, or is that because like, it is one of the things that is genetically not very useful, but it's not genetically very useful to do a lot of things that we do in this world. My brother's kind of hot, but so are a lot of people, so I'm not personally attracted to him. There we go, Lizzie. Yes, we're good. Change the subject, says Lee Holy Moly. You want me to change the subject? No, society's weird is the conclusion we come to. I guess that's always the conclusion, right? The conclusion's always going to be like, yeah, things do be weird. Things do be weird. The fact that this is like uncomfortable for some people, it's like, why can't you have a conversation about it? Doesn't that tell you something? If there's something that is so viscerally uncomfortable, that even the idea of talking about it, the potential of mentioning it once is like, I don't know about that. Also, thank you, Miles NC. I will have fun with my torches. I'm going to have a lot of fun with my torches. I thought this was a Minecraft stream. So anyway, you hear about that cave update, friends? I hear that, wait, okay, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in chat. There's also, what is happening here, friends? The thing I wanted to say is, the easiest way to clear chat here is to go, hey, how about your, what is my sister likely? No. Okay, so, chat, what's your favorite color? Everyone tell me your favorite color right now. How's it going? We doing good? Oh yeah, my favorite color's blue. Not because it's really blue, but because, at one point, my friend said his favorite color was blue. And I thought, I'll lie. I'll say mine is too. And then it just became true. Does that make it any less correct that my favorite color is blue? I have a lot of blue things. I'm wearing a blue shirt right now, and this Christmas shirt, by the way, available at streamlabs.com/toycat, link down below. But do you see this right here? Yeah, that right. Oh god. Do you see how this? Blue shirt is one of the 4 colors you can get this Christmas cat shirt available in? This will only be sold until November 31st. November 31st, this shirt will go off sale, and then it will re-go on sale in February. This is explicitly the off-season Toy Cat Christmas shirt. I like it a lot, actually. You can't actually see it correctly, can't you? There we go. Okay. Please don't do this to me. Do you like it? I'm glad you like it. Did you say blue? I'll be buying it soon. Oh, Christmas cat. Oh, Christmas cat. I love your shirt. It's very blue, like moo. This isn't really a song. I'm just singing it because it will move on to a thing. There's a lot of people who were spamming LGBTQ things before, and I think I said that comes down the exact same thing, right? Like, if 2 human beings both want a thing, it doesn't matter what other people's opinion is on that thing, generally speaking, right? Like, I find that's the thing I've always found is that's like the basis of almost all thought on the matter of you know what, there are people out there who don't agree with your decision, your ability to make decisions for yourself. And the thing I think is crazy is if you look at the political system or whatever, you'd expect that there'd be oh yeah, there's a set of people who think that people are good, but there's a group of people who think that people are bad and can't make their own life decisions. And then there's a group of people who think people are bad, they can't make their own economic decisions. If they do, they're going to do bad things, they're gonna choose to buy meat that's less protected because it's cheaper, because they think they want to save the money. Oh, saving money, what a weird concept. There's stuff like that, right? There's people who don't trust other people's financial decisions, and then there's people who don't trust each other's personal decisions, who they choose to have a relationship with or whatever else. And it's what? Why is it not more common for people to be how about, until it affects other people in a significant way, how about we have that's fine. We can protect children or whatever, from in society, because children are able to protect themselves. Yep, that's cool. That makes sense. And then anyone who is an adult, who turns whatever age we want to say is the majority, I could even see you saying it's 22 or 20, 23 or 25 or whatever, right? And everything else is just you do you otherwise. Or you do, apparently your sister, according to some of the chat. Anyway, with that said, I appreciate your actually not the one of the very few reasons you can argue against. No, we're not having an incest talk stream. No, okay, just to make chat leave this one behind. I'm gonna give you one last little note here. One of the reasons actually it is not ideal to let siblings just do what they want. The reason you should be cautious, if there is an age gap in there too, is because you can, if you're not careful, you can have a situation where there is that power imbalance, but you feel like you have to do what Big Brother says, or you have to do what your big sister says, because if you don't, then that's your family, and that's why people generally keep their family separate. But again, whatever. What do you think about consensual cannibalism? Says SB on 5. I think cannibalism is a issue. There's a thing, right? We have a set of rules in society. Again, you can choose what to do with anyone else, but we have a set of rules about rights that you can't. They're called inalienable rights. Rights that you cannot alienate yourself from. So, for instance, you cannot choose to allow someone to murder you. You used to be allowed to duel someone, to risk your life, to stake it as a bet or whatever, but you can't alienate certain rights because they're rights that are guaranteed by the state. When someone is murdered, it doesn't become a civil case where the person who was murdered's family sues the other one. it becomes an issue of the state, you know, like the government or whatever else. Like that is a right that person could not have alienated. The issue, like whenever there's a murder trial, it never comes down to like, well, you see, Your Honor, the victim kind of was asking for it. No, that's never a defense. The defense is never, well, you see, he kind of wanted to die, so really my client was doing him a favor. It's like, no, that's not a valid thing. I'm getting a philosophy degree from Toy Cat, and I'm totally into it, so it's allowed to do it. So, you know, in the same way, I think cannibalism, when it's not like, when it's just like eat a bit of meat, but the thing is, it does some serious long-term harm, and that's where the issue kind of comes in. Like, if you eat someone to death, that's definitely illegal. If you eat someone and it just does them some long-term harm because they need a skin graft or something, is that okay? And in reality, we say it's such a weird edge case scenario that it's better to be like, let's just leave that as that. But I think in theory, if it was like a widespread desire, we'd find a way to facilitate it, because again, it doesn't hurt people. Cannibalism is legal if you don't kill them, and they put it in their will. I think you misunderstand the laws here significantly, but you know, that's fine. Laws are complex. But you know what isn't complex? Subscribing to IBX Toy Cat. No, actually, not. I was kidding. You know what isn't illegal? Getting yourself a Christmas cat t-shirt. You want one of these, don't you? Found at streamlabs.com/toycat/tip, I think. Should I check? I'm gonna check. So let's just cover up these guys so we can place our torch there. Actually, I'll leave a hole there just so I can come back later and maybe deal with that. I don't want to deal with it now, though. Oh, look, there's a little archway mountain over here. Or it looks like one. Maybe they're two separate mountain pieces. I hope it's all the same mountain. Man, this is such a beautiful view. Like, it's a bridge visible through the mountain. So while I shamelessly plug my t-shirt, I'm going to go to my favorite website, streamlabs.com/toycat. Wow. I'm a streamer, and I'm deliberately telling you about my stream, my link where you can give me money. Wow, it's almost like I have a financial interest in you doing that. And then we go to, oh, it's the first thing you find on the page. Literally, if you go to streamlabs.com/toycat, you see my stream. That's cool. And then you see the hoodie, which is $44.99. It's really expensive, but I swear I'm not making a big cut on that. It's just hoodies are apparently expensive. Or you can buy a t-shirt in black navy. Do you want to see navy? Wait, can I show you this? I'm going to try and show you this. Okay, I'm really cautious. Something's going to go horribly wrong here. But let's just do it and find out. Okay, there we go. So here's my page. You can see it's available in black, navy, sport grey, and even white. Honestly, sports grey is kind of ugly, right? Does anyone want sports grey? I don't want sports grey. Do you know what I want in my life? I want secretly the navy color. And that's why I bought one. Look, it's me. I'm the model now. So yeah, that's the thing. Also, you can see who's the biggest tippers of the month, the week, and all time. So, Mischievous, number 1. All time. Just Slimmer's up there, and so Mischievous is there too. That's fascinating. I wonder. Oh, was that Commander White? You know, okay, let's stay focused. This is a live stream on the internet where I talk about things that aren't incest on my Christmas shirts. But I wonder what percentage of your viewers are LGBT. I think on the internet it's like an above average number of people who are, right? Like, you're going to see a large number of people with disabilities. You're going to see a large number of people who are part of weird... Like, you know, if you want to find someone who is... Like, if you are transgender, you are most likely the only trans person in your life. Statistically, that's true. Maybe with schools these days, there's like hundreds of people. And like when you get to the end age of school, when people are actually like starting to do stuff, maybe the rates vary more. But yeah, as far as you know, I think that's why you see stuff like that. I guess like if you had 50 gigabytes, score as much as okay, I missed it. You should so cat, it's almost my birthday, says FPS Horizon. Happy almost birthday, happy FPS Horizon. How are you doing? Toycat is a big supporter of lesbian coffee. Exactly, lesbians are always drinking their coffee, and you know what? Toycat has no qualms with that. Toycat will let lesbians drink all the coffee in the world if that's what lesbians want. Toycat is a fan of lesbians' right to choose the amount of coffee that they drink. It's all over, Toycat. I have the high ground. Oh no. Oh no. You got the high ground. What can I possibly do about that? Okay, so, yeah, I think having enough disposable income for the company, having disposable income to be a top donor to the channel, yeah. I actually do think there's a interesting thing that the streams are supported by. Like, if you actually look at the numbers for the chats, it's interesting that even though there are some people who like can tip every stream, I appreciate them. It's like a large thing by itself. It's kind of cool to know that I'm reliant on a larger number of people tipping small amounts. Because the scary thing about one of the like weird sources of power is the more reliant you are on a smaller number of people. Let's say hypothetically, right, Mischievous, I see you here. If I was 100% only reliant on your tips, right, that was it. Just you, no one else. Then if you say, you know what, Toycat, I really hate your Christmas shirt, I'd be like, you know what, I can either upset one of the biggest sources of revenue, or, you know, maybe I just change a shirt. I can change a shirt. And, you know, like small things like that. Maybe this is like, this is kind of like the power imbalance thing where like, oh yeah, two people can decide for anything. But when there's too much power going one way or the other, you can kind of see an issue start to form. This stream is just talking about random things, to be honest, says Dud1106. Welcome to my channel. Is this your first time discovering that this is what we do on live streams? Because if it is, I am very sorry. There's a lesbian couple at my school, but they're annoying. They shame up people who are straight. One of them got suspended for lighting a boy's backpack. See, there's an interesting thing about that, right? Where they are bad people who happen to be lesbians. And it's a shame. I think the real shame is that, like, when bad people are part of specific groups, the ones that society tries to protect, they use that, like, let's call it protection. And they use it, like, for not ulterior motives. That sounds weird, I guess. But I think that's, like, one of the worst things, in my opinion, is people trying to use, like, you know, okay, we always like to believe that the people who abuse power the most are those who have the most power. But I think it's crazy when people get a tiny amount of power, like, society goes, oh yeah, you know, these people, we're going to give them a little bit of leeway. And then they use that leeway, you know, hypothetically, to light people's bags on fire and be like, well, you know, you see, it's okay because we're part of her. You know, I don't know your precise thing, but like trying to use like if you're the sort of person who can get like this amount of power and use it to reach so much more.
Don't rely on me, but please take more money.
Thank you so much. You know, do you want me to change my shirt? I think I could do that. No, I'm just kidding. But see, like that's great. Like it's a much more beneficial relationship when the scales are as ideally untipped as they can be. Although I guess in that sense, like I guess I always have the trump card in the sense that I'm the one. You know, like if I want to be like, you know, I will not read out your donation, Mischievous. I do not believe in being a mischievous. You know, you are now Mrs. Chivas. You are married in the eyes of my tips. You know, I could do that. I probably shouldn't, but it's fine. But yeah, it's okay. How much time do you think Cooper would need to wage? I think you meant Copper would need to age. But you know, how much would Cooper need to wage? Well, if the minimum wage in the state of Nevada is $8 if you don't get healthcare, if you do get healthcare, and $9 if you don't. And assuming that Cooper is not getting healthcare, then one wage, which can be considered to be $1,000, would be the equivalent of about 120 hours. Is that correct? No, it's 125 hours. If he gets healthcare, 115 if he does. There you go. There's an answer to a question you didn't ask. I could have just said my actual answer to the actual question, but no. I will answer pretend questions only. I will. Wait, chat. Ask me questions, and instead of answering your question, I'll relate one that seems like it's related, but it's not. Let's do question and answer with Toycat, but it's incorrect questions and answers only, because that's what I believe in. I believe that an internet cat should have the right to choose, not to answer correctly, and that's why I use my right to choose, not to answer things correctly, very, very regularly. So yeah, let's throw these sticks in there, as well as this dirt ball. Actually, let's just bring out a whole stack of dirt. How old are you? Says Alcazar. The Netflix show You is 2 seasons old right now. The 3rd season's coming out soon. I'm excited. But right now it's only 2 seasons old, so I think that means it came out in 2018. No, it'll be 2019, I guess. Season 2 is 2020. Q&A, but with no A, says Obi-Wan Kenobi. Exactly. Why do you like cheese? The reason that photographers ask you to say cheese is because chi, like E, makes you open your mouth wide, makes you look like you're smiling. I don't think it works personally, but it's why they do it. I used to think like you're just trying to upset me. Like you already put all this effort into taking my photo. Like, do I really want this? No. You want this. I don't want you to take my photo. You want me to take my photo. And now you're asking me to talk about my favorite foods. This is too much. What is the point of kissing? Says Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's to get to the high ground, of course. Who are you voting for in the election? Says I miss your name. I'm definitely going to be voting. I have very strong opinions, and that's why it's taken me a long time to get to this point. I know a lot of people are really curious. Like, Toy Cat, you have great opinions. Who are you voting for in this very important election? Who are you supporting and endorsing? And to answer all of your questions, I'm going to be voting for the mountain biome. Please do join me. Please do join me. My jokes about voting for the cave update don't work anymore, because the cave update's a real thing. I guess I could vote for it anyway. Just because it looks like it's winning doesn't mean you should not vote. Or maybe it does. Maybe I don't know what I'm trying to say. So a hug gives off the same chemicals as kissing. I'm gonna start kissing my bros, and I'm gonna tell them, don't worry, it's just the same as hugging. No, hugging people is great. Like, I discovered hugging way too late in life. It feels nice. It's the same thing as everything else, where it's like, oh yeah, you think you shouldn't hug people, seems like a weird thing, but then you just do it, and it's like, oh, this is pretty slow actually. I would recommend hugging. Imagine if hugging, I want to know, do you think because there are certain cultures that don't have kissing. Most cultures do have independently worked out it's a thing. There's no biological or good reason for it. Hugging is a thing that makes sense in cold places. I don't know if it's a big thing in hot places. What if we discover a new form of communication? Oh yeah, let's put our ears together and then let's I don't know, listen to music, and then it will go through my brain into yours. Yeah, imagine that. You put one AirPod or wireless headphone alternative in one ear, and then one in the other person's ear. Put your other ears together, and then you'll hear the vibrations through the head. Imagine if that's more intimate than anything else. That'd be cool to discover something like that. With technology, we're definitely going to discover new forms of cool things. I think something that is terrifyingly intimate is sharing your phone password with someone, because then if you ever leave them around your phone, if they want to, they can check out anything they want. That is terrifying beyond belief. I genuinely cannot. I literally cannot imagine. There is one person in my life that knows my phone password, and I didn't tell them. If they asked, I probably wouldn't have told them. They just they picked it up, and I don't want to bother changing it in case I forget. But what's on your phone? Damn, says Beyond Garcia. No, the thing is, there's nothing on my phone that's incriminating, but there are things on my phone that even I don't know. Your phone has more information than your brain does about you. My phone knows the last message I sent to I don't know. My phone is the last message I sent to my girlfriend. My phone is the last message I sent to my second channel editor, my assistant. My phone knows. I'm gonna load up my phone real quick. Where is my phone? Let's find something weird that's on here. I'm loading up my phone right now. My phone knows the last things I googled. Do you wanna read them real quick? You know, here are the last things that I googled. I'll see if you can actually read them on the screen. This is terrifying. I forgot I googled these things, and I look so dumb as a result. It even knows my most frequently used apps. Wait, can you see that? So I googled, if you want to see it, tip dealers Las Vegas. I was like, are you meant to tip them, or is it like a do it if you win big? Breathe through stomach, Las Vegas scooters, and then my 8 most frequently used apps are Twitter, Reddit, Chrome, BBC News, Maps, YouTube Studio, Messenger, and then YouTube itself. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a lot of information. Let's go on to Messenger and let's go for a random chat from like 2 years ago. Well, let's scroll all the way down and let's see someone I messaged 2 years, like literally years ago. Oh, it won't scroll. I had a conversation with my cousin 3 months ago, and he just sent me a link to Snug. I think that was a bot. I don't think we really had a conversation. I had a conversation with. Okay, this isn't working at all. And what I'm trying to say is that people, your phone contains more information about you than you do. There's a channel I follow that makes like political joke videos. You probably know what I'm talking about if you know it. But if you don't, let's just keep things simple. So they make political videos, and they made a video talking about like where they like came out as each ideology, talking about like some various things about it, etc. And like various videos got different views and got pushed to different subboxes first. Your YouTube algorithm history probably knows more about where you politically align than you do. You know, I don't think it's weird that computers understand emotions better than logical riddles and problems. The thing is, computers don't understand emotions. They just know the solutions for emotions. Like, oh, when you browse this, you'll feel it's drag. Yeah, everyone got it. Good job. Clap, 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 clap. But when we're humans, we're thinking about how we see things. A computer doesn't think about itself when it thinks about emotions. It just thinks about what, it just knows the testing. It's tried everything to make things better, and it knows the best. If someone's sad, it knows how to make you better. Or rather, it doesn't make you better. It gives you something that you'll want to watch, and then will make you watch other things. It knows what political videos, whether they make you angry or whether you agree with them. They know which ones get the most reaction out of you. YouTube knows if you came to this live stream, YouTube knows that you'd like to see a British person talk about absolutely nonsense while placing torches in Minecraft. Your YouTube algorithm knew that, even if you didn't. If this is your first time here, and every stream something like 100 people subscribe. So, hello. If you're new to the channel, how's it going? If you're a new subscriber, say hey. Let's say hey in the chat right now. I know chatting's hard. Like, who wants to chat? So okay, doesn't even read that. I'm gonna say thank you to every new subscriber right now. If you just joined the channel just today, or very very recently, let me know. You should make a podcast of your streams talking to viewers. I have a playlist on my channel for the unlisted live streams if you want to see it. Okay, so hey says Japanese characters. Hi says Jessica Johnson. Hey Jessica Johnson, welcome to the channel. Hey Hector Mickelson, welcome to the channel. I'm new, says Shantalex Lee. I hope that you die in a house fire tonight. Hey says JBD Nuke. Hey JBD Nuke. Hey cool guy. Hey Philip Hunt. Been here for a while. That's cool too. Maybe it shouldn't just be new people. I subscribed and joined the stream for the first time, so Dud1106. See, your YouTube algorithm recommended you this thing, and you chose to subscribe, so either you hate me and you're not aware of what subscribing means, or it recommended correctly. It could recommend better than anyone in your life could, which is wild. And a little bit scary if we're being entirely honest, right? We're being brutally truthful of ourselves. Hi, says Perk Dog People. Hello, Harry Otter. Hello, Frostbite Streamer. Hello, Hey Bay. Hello, Adorable Ho. Hello, Dukistar. See, there are so many highs, I literally can't keep up with them. Even for just new people who were just recommended the stream right now and decided to join. Obviously, some people were just saying it anyway, but that's fine. There's a certain amount of abuse in every system. I think it's fair to say. Lamau, I got another account. Says it's Johnny FX. Welcome to your new account. If I unsubscribe and subscribe real fast, does that make me new? You know what? If you unsubscribe and resubscribe, it does it undoes your statistic. I have my analytics of my longest subscribers, which is a fun little thing. Are you planning on covering the ocean with sea lanterns or something? Says Dalekanium. I think that'd be a lot of fun, actually. I think that would be a lot of fun. One of the ideas that I really want to do, even though I know it's dumb and it will drain my soul, is I really, really, really want to drain an ocean. I think that'd be fun. Xbox Series X for the win. Minecraft's gonna look so beautiful now, says Johnny FX. I'm gonna buy a Series X. Don't get me wrong. I'm not wildly excited by Minecraft on it in particular. But you know, I'll check it out anyway. Thanks for the great content. I've enjoyed it for years, and it's probably changed who I am as a person by a bit, says Manifest Madness. See, that's scary to me because I don't know if I want it. The scary thing about influencing people is if you're gonna pick a way for them to be, you should hope that the way is right. I have no clue what the best way to be a human is. I'm trying my best. I want to do right by as many people as I can. But I even now, I'm trying my best. Again, one of the simplest ways, okay, try and make relationships with people that both of you enjoy. Try and find a mutually equitable solution, and that's the simplest catch-all rule for life. And it's maybe that won't work. Maybe instead there's just a correct way to do certain things that you work out after a certain time. But I'm always scared if someone feels like they've been influenced by me. Because it's man, I don't know that I'm right. I if anyone knows that they're right about anything as big as how to be as a person, it's crazy. Everything we consume affects us. I feel the internet as a whole has affected that. Yeah, there's a reason that the internet just got big this generation, and this generation is one of the biggest gaps between the last one we've ever seen. A lot of attitudes that seemed like they'd be around forever suddenly ended with the advent of the internet. I'd say one of the things people are good at is we're generally a lot more tolerant to, at least ideally, people are more tolerant to new ideas. A lot of people are just oh, I find some people on the internet who agree with my ideas, and then I only look up what they think about things, and oh yeah, I'm not gonna try and learn and see more perspectives. Sure, okay, that's the worst of the internet. Helping people do what they've always done forever. But people seeing more perspectives and sides and stuff. It's very interesting to see. The internet has really helped us to grow as a species, and that's cool, don't you think? So, Kat, what is your standpoint on stale ships? I guess I want my ships to be unstale, to be as not moist, to be as fresh as possible, I guess. Yeah, that's what I want. I want fresh ships. I want ships that are not this is I don't know how to even begin to answer your pretend question, so I'm gonna stop. So anyway, we're getting real close to actually finishing this project, which is great. I bet we could do one big stream, finish it up. It'd be great. But in the meantime, do you know what this means? This means the Toy Cat stream is coming to an end. Thank you for joining. It's been a lot of fun, as always. Appreciate everyone showing up. If you want to pick up a Toy Cat Christmas shirt, they're only available until November, which is the worst promotion I've ever done, but there's a reason to my merch stuff, or anything I do the merch-wise, it's either on purposely specific, or it's deliberately non-specific. It's a Christmas shirt, only available in the not Christmas time. If you want to get a weird shirt, you can. If you don't want to, you can't. Also, please make a Skyblock free map for Bedrock, says Declan Durham. You can't make free maps without explicit permission. I highly doubt I could just make a Skyblock map for free. If you want to give something away for free, it has to be, which I think is a garbage rule. I think if I want to give away no. Anyway, I don't think the Netherite is rare enough. I'd be mining straight line for 15 minutes. I've gone 20 debris. Yeah, mining debris is pretty easy, but that's okay because I'm here to see that you are okay. Thank you very much for watching this live stream. You know, actually, there's a dark patch here. I can't live with the dark patch. I want it to end, but I can't. I can't end right there. You know, how am I going to do that to myself? I physically cannot. So we're going to throw this away. We're going to place this down. Going to make 1 trillion torches. I'm actually running out of sticks. I've got enough to make literally 8 torches, and then we have to go over to the bamboo farm. But look, there we go. Place this down. Brick this up. And then let's place these last 8 torches. Make them count. Okay, is there one missing here? No, there's not. Is there one missing over here? Yes, there is. One missing over here. I bet that's true too. Isn't it nice that we found a dark spot and then we fixed it? It was easy, you know. More things could be fixed if we all tried to make solutions instead of problems. Or maybe we should make problems instead of solutions. Maybe problems are a good thing. If we run out of problems in the world, we'll start eating each other. I mean, there's the number of people who wanted to talk about legal cannibalism is at least moderately concerning to me. But do you know what else is concerning to me? The price of milk these days. I hear it's gone up. Actually, milk is one of those things that consistently stays the same price, which means it's effectively getting cheaper every year because of how inflation works. Man, inflation really messes you up, right? Like it's so unintuitive that everything gets more expensive all the time, and if it doesn't get more expensive all the time, like if something raises in price by 5% every year, it's actually only going up by 2 to 3% every year, which is wild. If we run out of problems, we'll make more. Yeah, the one of the ideas I wanted to talk about for a while and just haven't is the hedonist treadmill. Also, where did all my bamboo go? Jesus, what did I use it for? Oh, I guess I'm working on this still. Is this chest down here full, or is the hopper full? I guess the hopper's full. So let's grab all of that. Oh, we can't do anything with this. Okay, that's fine. For now, we'll keep the furnace running. So yeah, let's find all the bamboo. Okay, there's a lot of bamboo down there. Let's grab some, I guess. Bamboo. Let's turn it into... Oh, man, my inventory is just a mess. Please let the llama out of the hole. You know what? Fine, I'll get the llama out of the hole. If that's what you want so bad, this is on you, man. This is on you. You did that. I hope you feel good about yourself. So, yeah, I might actually just dig this entire thing out and make it into something cool. I need to work out what it'll be before I come up with that. But yeah, when is your next stream? Or do you stream at very random but very convenient times? Says Deeper Mass. Honestly, I stream at very different times most days. I stream at very, very different times. So tomorrow you can probably... I won't be streaming tomorrow, most likely. But I'll be streaming on... Oh, and then I'm flying on Tuesday, I think. I've got a flight Tuesday. Well, I'm to the stream ending lol. You know, I just decided, what if we didn't end the stream? People would find that wild, right? What are they going to do? No one expects the stream to just not end. But here we are anyway, showing I don't care about people's expectations. I'll keep the stream going. You think I won't? You think I'm going to show you who's boss. Oh, I got a rabbit's foot! Oh yeah, we did it! I didn't even realize we did it, but we did it. And that's what counts, really. I've also got a bunch of cactus greens. I'm going to have to find a place for it at some point. I love being able to catch streams. It's adding serotonin to my days. I'm glad the streams are here for you in the way that you are here for them. You know, isn't that a nice reciprocal thing? Why are you putting a single potato on the chest? You know what? Fine, we'll take out the single potato from the chest. As well as probably, like... I've got too many stacks of arrows, and there's a lot of things I should, like, collect out for move somewhere else. I should do that at some point. Should we just do chests moving around the live stream? That might be fun. But no, what if I don't end the stream? Stream abruptly ends. Oh, that's how I'm going to end the stream now. No one's going to see it coming. Everyone's going to be so confused. You'll be like, Toycat, where's the live stream gone? I'm going to be like... Also, is there a problem with my... No, that's not a problem with my stream. But yeah, let's now enjoy all the sticks that we get to make. Place it down. Steal all the bamboo in the world. This is not all the bamboo in the world, but it'll have to do for now. Is this maxed out with bamboo? Yes, it is. Okay, bamboo. Actually, oh no, these are going to start going... Okay, no, it's fine. Everything's okay. Problems will come up later. But... Oh, also, wait, I bet if there's... If there's these on the line, it means the minecarts aren't running for some reason. I don't know where they are, but they're not running. And that's a problem. You know, there's lots of problems we should be fixing. But how about instead of fixing our problems, we keep the live stream going, even though it's meant to be over now? How does that sound? Internet friends. Okay, so it's right over there. That's a very awkward place for it to be. Let's get it spinning around. And then as long as we... Because it's on a realm, it might spin around for, like, ever, right? Is that how that one works? Okay, where are you, minecart? Where are you, minecart? I don't see you, minecart. Are you this way, minecart? There you are. That's the way it is. Okay, let's just give it a little push. A little push. There we go. Perfect. Convert all these bamboo into sticks, 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 sticks. Pick up the grass blocks that I might have destroyed. Give this another push. It's going to hit the other minecart, but that's fine. It will just come back this way. Okay, no, it's come back this way. No, give it a push. Give it a push. Is that enough for push, do you think? Or is it going to come right back this way? It's hard to be sure, honestly. There's a lot of moving parts to getting this going. But that's fine. But yeah, in case you're curious as to how I get all the sticks for my torches, this is the way. You can also just use wood. It's not much harder. But I like having a self-sufficient source of sticks. There's something very satisfying about it. Okay, I think things are actually going well now. I think we got the system working. And that's cool. That's nice. So I guess we'll place these dirt blocks back. But do we even need to have the bamboo up here? I don't know that we do. Whatever, we just won't do it for now. Because, you know, I keep things simple. So, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Except, actually, if you didn't enjoy it, that's on you, isn't it? You came to a live stream. You know, you knew what it would be. You had a reasonable intent about what to suspect. And yet you came along here anyway. You know, maybe at some point, at what point does that stop being my issue and start being yours, you know? And the answer is we don't really know. Also, just for you, here you go, Chantal. Here's your one potato. Now it's on the ground rather than in a chest. Are you happy now? Are you happy at the potato wastage? I'm not happy with the potato wastage. But you know what I am happy with? The fact that all of you came along to today's live stream. You came and hang out, even though it's raining. And that's something I'll never forget. Until I forget about it, at which point I'll have forgotten about it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Nah, I'm just kidding. The stream